prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really?
It's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather.
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter.
His basics are solid. His fundamentals are solid. He's strong. He's physical. He's moved up and become, solid at a heavier weight than when he started in his career. He's grown into. He's got great experience.
Floyd Mayweather is known as one of the best defensive boxers ever. But many in the boxing world believe fighting Terence Crawford would be a huge mistake. Experts warn that Mayweather, now older and long retired, would risk both his legacy and health against someone like Crawford, a pound-for-pound champion famous for his power, timing, and ability to adapt to any style. They say Crawford is too dangerous, and that Mayweather should stay far away from such a fight.
I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, now that was a big take. And of course, he's fought both of them.
Yeah, he would know.
Yeah, so that was a big take. But
Not
yeah,
really.
I
He
think
lost
so.
to both of them. Not for people who watch boxing. No, that's not. No.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that we sent that Terence Crawford some love, because he also talked a lot that night about how people underestimated him and thought, because people didn't really. He doesn't have the biggest star power, that he wasn't going to win the fight, and he definitely took that home. So congratulations to him. Now
Did he have the what?
He doesn't have the biggest star power.
Oh, no.
Yeah, people were he was saying that people were underestimating him because of that.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. ended his career with a perfect 50-0 record, earning a place among boxing's all-time greats. Terence Crawford, also undefeated, is a multi-weight world champion known for switching stances, using high ring IQ, and mixing power with skill. As Crawford keeps dominating, fans naturally compare him to Mayweather, debating who would win if both fought in their primes.
Terence Crawford on Saturday has not only become the pound-for-pound #1 fighter, I honestly believe that he surpasses now Floyd Mayweather as the best fighter of this generation. That's what I believe.
If that was the goal by Floyd, to be undisputed, then he would have chased undisputed. He chased champions until he became the money draw.
Do you know that Floyd never unified any of the divisions he fought in?
Because he never had to. He was a draw. He just didn't have to. He done the hard work in getting there.
Terence Crawford started out his boxing career as a lightweight, and now he's gone up to super middleweight and become the undisputed super middleweight champion, beating a guy like Canelo, who, listen, previously, man, he was like wreaking havoc through that division. And Terence Crawford's just gone out there and taken the belt off him with, let's be honest, relative ease.
Three-division world champion Shane Mosley caused buzz by saying Crawford might actually beat Mayweather, depending on which version of Floyd we're talking about. Mosley highlighted Crawford's strength, versatility, and ability to fight from either stance, saying those tools could give him the edge over Money Mayweather. But he also admitted that the younger, more aggressive pretty boy Mayweather would be a tougher challenge for Crawford.
Go ahead.
Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can't knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Former world champion Tim Bradley has openly said he believes Crawford would beat a prime Mayweather. Bradley praised Crawford's intelligence, timing, and all-around skill. He acknowledged Mayweather's world-class defense and movement, but still thinks Crawford's offense and adaptability would eventually break through.
Distance, but Terence Crawford is also a master at distance. Terence Crawford has punching power to hurt Floyd Mayweather. We saw that in the Zab Judah fight now.
Yeah, Shane too. Shane hurt him with the right hand.
Shane did hurt him as well.
Yep.
And did he fight Shane? But did Floyd fight Shane in his prime? Do you think he fought him in his prime?
No.
Exactly.
And
Max,
Zab wasn't
exactly.
quite a Shane-level fighter. That's true. Listen, it'd
There
be
you
a great
go,
match.
Max.
Amir Khan has great respect for Terence Crawford and believes there's a real argument that Crawford could defeat Mayweather. Khan said Crawford's timing and ability to control rhythm are special. Reflecting on his own fight with Crawford, he described how Crawford frustrates opponents, making them miss by inches and countering with fast, sharp combinations. Khan believes Crawford's mix of offense, intelligence, and adaptability could give even Mayweather's elite defense serious problems.
Look, when I was in the ring with him, even though towards after the 1-2 rounds, I started getting my rhythm, but I have to say, put on the best fights I've ever faced, honestly. And I've faced the likes of Canelo, and I was at boxing fights like him. Every fight I've lost previously was when I was up on points, and obviously might have got caught with a good shot and got knocked out, or whatever. But with Crawford, his timing was so on point. I mean, like, what a great fight he was, technician. And I'll always look. I'm not a hater in any way. Look, even though the fight went the way it did, but I just think his timing was amazing, and just everything about the game plan he had for the fight. I mean, he's a brilliant fighter. You cannot take that away from him. And if he was to fight any welterweight, being Manny Pacquiao, being Errol Spence, being even Floyd Mayweather, I think Crawford would beat a lot of them, maybe all of them. Even like, and the only fight I would say for him would be a good fight technically would be someone like Mayweather. But I really think he would beat Mayweather as well.
Former two-division champion Carl Frampton said Crawford's performance against Canelo Alvarez was more than just a win. It changed how he views Crawford compared to Mayweather. Frampton pointed out how Crawford controlled the fight, caused damage, and dictated every round, proving he's now at a level that could challenge even prime Mayweather. He compared Crawford's technical skills and ring control to Mayweather's best performances, suggesting Crawford has now reached that same elite class.
I have a feeling that Crawford is going to nick it. I think if he does nick it, it does kind of have to be a stinker. He has to move and use his feet. I think Canelo's feet aren't what they once were, but certainly he's a stronger man in the fight. I think we're going to see a very close one, possibly even a draw, but if you put a gun to my head, I would say Crawford in a close points decision.
You talk a bit about the fight maybe not catching fire in the way some were expecting. If Terence Crawford is to win the fight, does it have to be that sort of fight? And leading from that, can he hurt Canelo Alvarez?
I don't think so. I mean, look at the shots guys like Golovkin bounced off Canelo's head. It's almost like he's unhurtable. We seen him hurt by Miguel Cotto's brother a number of years ago, but that was it really, and he was a young boy. So I think that I don't expect to see Terence hurting or being able to hurt Canelo. But there's a way he can win the fight, and that is by outboxing him.
If Terence Crawford does win, as you're predicting, does he rival Alexander Usyk for that number 1 pound-for-pound spot?
I mean, you have to start. I've never really thought about it, but that's a good question, and he'd certainly be in.
Shocker Stevenson believes Crawford is one fight away from being considered one of the greatest of all time, especially if he beats Canelo Alvarez. Stevenson praised Crawford's movement, intelligence, and overall boxing skills, saying those would allow him to neutralize Canelo's offense. A victory, Stevenson says, wouldn't just add another title to Crawford's record. It would redefine his legacy and secure his place among the all-time greats.
If Bud beats Canelo convincingly, right, would you put him above Floyd, an all-time great?
See, I ain't
Give me a solid answer. Come on, Shakur. Don't dance around that, bro.
I can't get into that because at the end of the day, it's like...
But that's just an opinion.
It's opinionated.
Right,
Regardless,
I want your
it's
opinion.
opinionated. My opinion on it, I think Bud is the greatest of all time after doing this.
Okay.
But...
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
Floyd is the greatest of all time in my eyes, too. Like, the shit I don't watch with him is like... He's one of my favorite fighters. So,
I know.
50-50.
Crawford has rejected constant comparisons to Floyd Mayweather, saying their styles and careers are completely different. He explained that Mayweather fought in a different era with different opponents, promoters, and fan expectations. Crawford said while comparisons are fun for fans, his focus is on perfecting his craft and facing top fighters. He believes his career should be judged on its own, not by how it measures up to Mayweather's.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. it ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah. Nah, we ain't going out that much.
Now,
many boxing experts have criticized Floyd Mayweather's recent exhibition fights, saying they hurt both his legacy and the sport itself. They argue that these fights are mismatches against YouTubers or non-boxers and serve no real purpose except to make money. According to critics, these exhibitions take away from the competitive spirit that made Mayweather great.
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
Oscar de la Hoya has been outspoken about the issue, calling Mayweather's exhibitions embarrassing and saying they make boxing look bad. Analysts also question why Mayweather fights influencers, arguing it adds nothing to the sport and disrespects real boxing skills.
I want to say, but I won't say it. But other than Leonard Ellerby is a boxing man. He knows deep down that was absolutely horrendous. And the other thing is as well, when you've got a guy in the environment that we're living in at the moment, right, after a tough year for a lot of people, to come out at the press conference and just basically laugh at people and say, I just took your money. It was a bank job. It was a heist. It was like I conned you into, I mean, those pay-per-views in America, I think they were like $60. I mean, he basically just took the piss out of the fans. But I don't blame him. He made an absolute fortune. Good luck to him. I'm not having a go at Floyd Mayweather. I'm just a fan who's allowed to give my opinion. Absolutely dreadful. Even Floyd Mayweather was embarrassed at a press conference after. He basically said, I'm not doing that again. The biggest winner was Logan Paul. I mean, he's just gone 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather. And actually, at times...
Did you think he got knocked out and held up?
No, I think at times Floyd Mayweather was actually really trying. But anyway, it was what it was. But it all comes back to the pressure is on us. Not us, as in me and Matchroom, but it is on boxing. If we don't make good fights, you're going to see more and more of this. Because if Gervonta Davis against Mara Barros is doing 100,000 buys, and Andy Ruiz against Areola is doing 80,000 buys or 100,000 buys, and you've got that doing 1 million, what are the broadcasters going to want? That. We have to save boxing. We, not just me, all of us. And the fighters have got to step up, the managers have got to step up, the trainers have got to step up. We've got to pay the money for these guys to have real fights. And that's what you'll see at Fight Camp.
Promoter Eddie Hearn also slammed one of Mayweather's exhibition fights, calling it terrible and damaging to boxing's image. Stephen A. Smith criticized Mayweather for facing low-level opponents, only for money. In one interview, Smith even asked Mayweather directly if he cared more about wealth than protecting his legacy.
Which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match, all right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart. I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't see just anybody on the basketball court playing against LeBron James. He won't do it. He doesn't have to. It's a waste of his time. You might see footages of Dwayne Wade training his son. You don't see Dwayne Wade playing against just anybody. He's not doing it.
The recent announcement of a Mayweather vs. Mike Tyson exhibition in spring 2026 has caused major controversy, with many questioning its purpose. Mayweather, however, defends his exhibitions, saying they allow him to stay active, make money, and perform for fans. He insists retirement doesn't mean disappearing. It means living on your own terms. Mayweather believes earning big money through exhibitions is no different from other successful people continuing to grow their wealth later in life.
Dubai, pick up a couple dollars. You know, they upset. See, they upset because I'm able to milk the game. I was smart, kept all my faculties, made a lot of smart investments. So, you know, when great people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, the Waltons, the people that own Walmart and Walgreens, when they're getting money in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, it's okay. A young kid like myself from the inner city, from the ghetto, I worked my way to the top. I was able to leave boxing on my own terms and keep all my faculties, kept a lot of my money. So they're upset that I'm able to go out there and continue to make 40 and 50 and 60 million outside the ring. You can't get mad. Yo, listen, this is what God wanted.
Experts warning Mayweather to avoid fighting Terence Crawford say it's not just hype, it's logic. Crawford's recent dominance has made him boxing's top fighter. And even promoters like Bob Arum believe he could beat a prime Mayweather, unless Floyd returns with his old reflexes and hunger. Most believe facing Crawford would bring more risk than reward. They say Mayweather should protect his legacy instead of entering a fight where the outcome could damage it.
What's up, fight fans? Prime for prime. Who wins a fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Bud Crawford? Bob Arum says Bud. Do you agree?
For prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, you know, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.